What kind of man will you eventually become?
Music.
Everybody that's entrepreneur in the room, raise your hand. Right on. So there's tons of examples around us, around you all, and we're gonna share just a few parts of our story, some of the things that we've learned through the journey, and just have a conversation, and hopefully you guys have questions that we can answer, and just be as much of a resource to you as you can. You may feel like you're too young to start a business, to start earning money for yourself, or to start experimenting with things. But as you can see from the circle around you, you're not. Right? And as you learn from, as we start to share our story, you're never too young. Especially to find the things that interest you, to find the things that you're passionate about. We've heard architect, we've heard builder, so it'll be interesting to hear some of the other types of businesses. We heard lemonade, college shirts. So it'll be interesting to know the other types of businesses that you're interested in. In addition to that, right, the bigger meanings. It's not just about making money, it's about making impact, right? It's helping the homeless, helping those who are in need, right? Helping our families, supporting our families. What is the money that's earned, that's created from entrepreneurship and doing business? Why are we doing this? Is for a bigger purpose, right? And so it's never too early to start, right? It's never too early to get on that road and try to build out. And the people that are around you are here to support you. We're here to invest into you. We're here to be a guide, to be an advisor. And so that's what today is all about, is just sharing a little bit of our pieces of our story, and hope that, any aspect of it resonates, but most importantly, for you to know that from this day forward, you have additional resources, additional supports when it comes to this entrepreneurship. Deal? There?
And just so to answer the question, like what an entrepreneur is, it's a way for you to figure out how to get paid and make money off of your idea. The opposite of that is you selling your time to someone, which is nothing wrong with it, for them to get paid off your ideas. But if you have great ideas in your head, like you see something on TV and you say, I can do that. Or if you see a product and you say, I can make this better. Figuring out a way to bring that to life and get paid off that and help others get paid off that is essentially what an entrepreneur is. And it doesn't always have to do with money. It could also be things like this right here. This took entrepreneurs to build this thing that you guys are a part of, because also being part of an entrepreneur is creating things that other people can come in and help you with, and that other people can benefit from. So it's not always about money. It's just about empowering other people as well. So figuring out how you can get paid off of your genius, which all of you have. So don't sell that short. So the earlier that you can understand how powerful you are and how great those ideas are, and then you find the people around you that can help you bring that to life, that's how you create things like Nike, or you create things like Amazon or Walmart. Those were entrepreneurs with ideas, and they figured out how to not only get paid, but also turn them into something that changed the world, right? Those all started with one person's idea, and they figured out how to make them bigger than themselves and to live past it. So that's at the highest level. But it starts off with understanding your genius, your ability to make things happen, and not lose that confidence. So that's the most important part about this.
Yep. So we're gonna share a little bit about our entrepreneurship journey.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
So my entrepreneurship journey, believe it or not, it started when I saw somebody build a website. My wife built a website, and I had never seen that before in my life. And I was like, you actually could create a website like the thing that I'm on other people's websites all the time. And then when I saw her build a website, I realized that I could do it. And that was the most important thing for me at that point, because we see people, I don't know, whether it's buildings, the architects, or whether it's we go to the store and we see the shoes on the shelf. But we look at it as simply as a finished product. We never see that person build that shoe or build that building or create that website. And those are the things that once you realize that you can do it too, it's just a matter of finding the people around you that can support you. And what I did once I built that website, I'm like, you know what? Sky's the limit now, because I learned how to do this one thing. There's nothing that you can't tell me. So I went on a quest at that point to learn as much as possible. I didn't even know what I wanted to build the website for. I just knew that I learned how to do something that I didn't know how to do before. Now, how can I use that to my benefit? Not to anybody else's yet, but to my benefit. So I learned how to design things. I learned how to build a website. I learned how to build a brand just from watching everybody else. Because whatever it is that you want to do, there's already somebody out there doing it, right? Like there's already architects out there. There's already people that are cooking. But if you watch them and you see them do it and you figure out how you can do it better, it's just a matter of learning it from that point. And as you start to gain more knowledge, as you start to get more experience, you realize that nothing can stop you. So for me, building that website, building a brand, the next thing for me, at that point, you couldn't tell me I couldn't do anything. So we started helping other people. We got with Eileen here, we got with our wives, and we said, this is a great thing to know that you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to do. Now, what we want to do is help other people realize that too. And that's also part of being an entrepreneur. You have to share the knowledge. You have to empower other people. So from that point, the goal was to just learn as much as possible, teach as much as possible, and don't give up. That's one of the biggest things. Don't wait for permission to be great, and don't wait for validation. You guys know what validation means? You know what validation means? Like, you don't need anybody to pat you on your back and say you're doing a good job. Just keep going, because as long as you have that inside you to keep going, that's all you need to know that you can do it. People may not see it in the beginning, but they'll come around as long as they don't see you give up. That's the most important part. I saw a quote from Nipsey Hussle. I don't know if you guys know who Nipsey Hussle is, but he said, the difference between me and everybody else was I didn't give up. And that's it. You have to believe in what you do to know that it's important and that it will be important to other people. You're going to come into bumps along the way, like even through this program. As great as it is, there's probably times when you guys have been like, I don't know if I can do it. This is tough. But you got past it, right? You got past a lot of things, whether it's in school, whether it's with chores, with your parents, but you got through it. And as long as you remember that you can get through anything, nothing can stop you. That goes from your friends to your parents to becoming an entrepreneur. And that's the biggest skill that you need to have is don't give up and know that what you're doing is important. I could go into details, but I'll probably get lost. But I'll start with that right there. I'm going to share some with Jordan as well.
Yeah. So my story might be similar to some of y'all. My mom was an entrepreneur. She's actually out there. She set up out there with her own booth. She sells art and puzzles and stuff like that. But when I was younger, she had an art gallery. And so, but all I knew is that she was a boss. She was independent. She was making her money. She was doing her thing. She didn't report to anybody, and I wanted to be like that, right? So she set me up. I would always tell people she bought me watches to go sell at school and stuff like that. And I was selling I was selling watches and sodas in middle school, right? So that was my first like foray into making my own money and doing, you know, quote unquote entrepreneurship of just doing business, you know, just making something out of nothing, right? And so in that process, right, you build confidence because sometimes it's scary, right? Especially if you're just getting started out. You have a question? Okay. You know, when you just get started out, especially when you're young, sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's scary, right? But you just got to get out there and do it. You just got to get past whatever fear is there and try it, right? And then the more you do it, it's like a muscle, right? The more you do it, the stronger it gets. And like you said, at some point, you're going to come to a point where you realize you're unstoppable. When you realize that none of this stuff is real, right? And when you can leap over tall buildings like Superman, you gotta really believe that and really think like that because in order for you to get other people to believe in the vision that you have, where they want to come alongside you, right? We at a point now, we 10 years into this thing where people is coming alongside us and say, hey, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of what y'all are building because they believe in it. But it started with us believing in it, right? It started with us having this unshakable belief, this unshakable faith in ourselves and in our abilities and our mission of why we're doing this thing because it's got to be bigger than money. It's got to be bigger than yourself. It's got to be bigger than, you know, things that are superficial, right? And so that was my start, was just doing sodas and watches and stuff like that. And then when I was in college, I started a business. I was selling, people don't wear them no more, but Bluetooth headsets. Now only the OGs wear them, but they was all the rage back in the day. And so I started a business doing that. And my first like big deal was I got contacted by the university that was in my hometown, and they had got my card, they had got my information, and I'll never forget. I was a freshman in college, right? But I went and I got a shirt made up. It was just like this one, but it had my business logo on it. And I walked into their business office and I set up wireless headsets for their whole office, and they was looking at me like, because I was one of the students. So they couldn't believe that I had got a contract with the university to come in and set up, you know, their whole business office for headsets. But for me, that was like confirmation of like, I can do this. There's nothing stopping me, right? There's no difference between you all and the person who come from Ivy League and Fortune 500. There's no difference, right? The only difference sometimes is people have a different set of opportunities, but your brilliance, your talent, right, your work ethic, your will, right, it's going to outshine. It's going to outshine all things being equal, and that's what we're here to do, is to make sure that the world, that not only that you're ready for the world, but that the world is ready for you, right? Because opportunity, sometimes we have to create, right? Sometimes we have to make the opportunity. If it's not there, right, you got to dig for it. You got to fight for it, right? And so that's what this is all about. It's like letting y'all know as y'all are kind of entering into this world, the type of mindset that you have to have, right? You gotta have a killer instinct, right? You gotta let nothing stand in your way, right? And if you need us that are standing around, pull on us, right? Say, hey, this is why I need block. What you say? Block from the black man, right? That's what this is all about. And so Henry and I, once we kind of navigated our way individually in the wilderness, right? It's important to find like-minded people. And so, you know, you look around Phoenix, and a lot of the things that we built are because of the collaboration and the synergy of having like minds and being focused. Go ahead. Yes, sir? Okay. You what's that? Oh, what's up? Say that again?
We like to sell anything.
You can sell anything. Break that question down for me. Why not? Why can't you sell shoes?
There you go. If you can't find a reason why you can't, that means you can.
Right? But what we'll talk about in a second is the importance of tapping in your whatever you're selling to a passion, right? Because if you're not passionate about it, right, you're gonna be burnt out. Especially if your money don't come quick, right? I sell books. I have a bookstore, right? I'm passionate about books. I'm passionate about educating the community, right? So even when the money ain't there, even on a slow day, right, I'm gonna keep selling books because that's what I'm passionate about. So if you're passionate about shoes, whether you're designing them or whether you want to see people in fly footwear, you like how you make people feel when they got fresh shoes on, right? You tap into something that makes it fulfilling for you, right? So I'll go more ahead and go. Go ahead. Oh no, he asked a question. He was asking if what should you sell? Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I want to be a CEO of the biggest part of the YouTube.
Biggest car dealership in the world. Absolutely.
Okay.
You can do it. Why? You said because you love cars? Boom.
Bingo.
Start and well, we always want to encourage you to think even bigger, right? Car dealership is you selling cars. What if we designing and manufacturing your own cars, right? Because what's your favorite car manufacturer? Yeah, your favorite car. Who you say the Bugatti? Okay. What do you like about the Bugatti? The GTR. What do you like about it? Okay. So what if you designed and made a car that's even faster and made it even louder? And when you ask somebody else in 10 years what their favorite car, they say it's this car that you made. I said, what if you designed a car that was even faster, even louder, and in the next generation we asked somebody what their favorite car was, and they said it's the car that you designed. Right. So we always gonna say think big. Let's think ownership, right? Let's think creation, right? That's the time that we're in, right? Go ahead.
He said that in online, not in the last last year. He said that they was going to act like when he started to make something.
You do need something to make something.
So how do you make something out of nothing?
Because I guess you're right. I had some sodas. That's true.
That's what he needs.
I made something bigger out of something. You're right. You're right. I didn't have nothing. I mean, there is a way to make something out of nothing if you're doing a virtual product or something like that. And you're right. I had a couple of hours. I went and bought sodas, and I flipped those and made something more out of it. So yeah, you're right. In that case, I made something bigger out of something. I saw one more hand. Okay.
So,
All right. I bet.
okay. Well, one thing to remember is when you start thinking about your business, don't think about the money, because the money is going to come and go, and you may not make money right away. So if you're doing something only for the money and the money doesn't come right away, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to quit. So that's why you can't do something just for the money. It's got to be something that you're passionate about, something that you love, probably something that you already do. Like NBA players, NFL players, they get paid, right?
Yeah.
But before they got there, they didn't get paid. They were playing because they loved it, right? So you do something because you love it. You do something because you're generally interested in it. And 9 times out of 10, you can make money off of it. Granted, you can go work for somebody else that makes cars already. But because you love cars so much, you figure out how cars are built. How do I make a car better? You said your favorite car is GTR? That's a Porsche, right?
Nissan.
It's a Nissan. 9 times out of 10, a car is somebody's name. And it's usually the person that thought about it. And they didn't think about the car because they wanted to make money off of cars. I don't even know Hashimoto Nissan. Let's just say that's his first name. I don't know. But he created those cars because he loved cars. He learned as much as he could about cars. And he figured out, how would my car look if I built my car? And he didn't build it on his own, believe it or not. He probably called a room full of geniuses just like you guys here. And then another room full of people that knew a little bit more, like the people you see standing around you. And everybody came together and learned how to create a Nissan. And eventually it became a Nissan GTR. But I say all that to say, don't think about what business you want to do because you want to get rich. Think about what you want to do because you love it. Because when you love something, you're never going to give up on it, right? It's got to be the same thing with whatever business you create. You had a question? Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
All right. Like Kyle, sorry, real quick. Kyle, your business, homemade. It's something that you're passionate about, right?
Yeah, I love it. I'm since it's an apparel business, I love fashion and stuff. So
Okay.
to get more variety for other people.
Right. There you go. That's how you. It's got to be something that you love or love to do. Because if you don't love it, you'll give up on it. And if you give up, that goes back to the beginning of what I said. Don't quit. So in order to not quit something, you got to love it, right? So my bad. Go ahead. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Actually, we almost done. We'll save it. We'll do Q&A at the end. So we're just going to talk just a little bit about, again, just some of the things, the journey, some of the things we learned, and then, just stress when we're building businesses as you get further out in this road of entrepreneurship and whatever that you do. It's always important, and we know that you already are indoctrinated into this thing, but we just going to reiterate it, is that it's about the community, right? When we're building businesses, when we're striving to create wealth and create opportunity, we're doing it with an express purpose of lifting our people up, right? To create opportunity for others, to create wealth, to support our community. But as we were saying earlier, right? Linking with like minds, tapping into things that you're passionate about, tapping into things that you're strong at, that you're interested in. When you find that alignment, right? What do you like to do? What are you good at? Right? Where's the need at? Where's the need in the world? Do people need shoes? Do people need cars? Do people need books? Right? When you find alignment between all those things, right? That's that confirmation of, this is something that you should be focused on. This is something that you should really pursue, right? And so what we've done, in finding those alignments has really worked to build businesses, to build a number of businesses in this city, that are slowly becoming institutions in this city, right? So this facility that you're standing in right now, sitting here right now, is called the Archwood. It's called the Archwood at Eastlake. Archwood is our organization. That's our nonprofit that we started 10 years ago, right? With the sole purpose of rebuilding Black Wall Street. Bonus question, you might know what Black Wall Street is. What's Black Wall Street?
Oh, Black Wall Street? I couldn't tell you, but I've heard of it.
Gotcha. That's all right. Black Wall, anybody else? Anybody know? Okay. What's Black Wall Street?
Yeah, like it was like um trading. It was like a trading thing, but it was like
Yep. So it was a booming business district. They existed all over the country. This specific one was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Booming business district, all Black-owned businesses. They were trading with each other. Everybody was coming to this business district in Oklahoma, right? It was all Black people, all Black-owned businesses creating wealth, creating jobs, all the things, right? It was destroyed. It was destroyed. It was burned down. It was bombed, right? They didn't want to see Black people making this money and being successful in these times, right? They still don't want to see it. And so we created this organization in an effort to rebuild, right? To establish Black, not just Black side hustles, Black, farmers market. That's cool. That's what we do, but we also want to create Black legacy, Black institutions, Black generational wealth, right? Black car manufacturers, right? Black architects, Black construction firms, right? Across the board, right? And so we started this nonprofit in order to do that, right? And so that's what we've been doing for 10 years. And so many of the businesses that you see out here, many of the businesses that you see across the city exist because of this ecosystem that we've been building. And so and through that process, we also built a few businesses of our own. Anybody familiar with Straw and Wool Hat Company? Straw and Wool, of course you do. Of course you do. So we Straw and Wool Hat Company. So we have a hat company. I familiar. So we have a hat company over on Roosevelt Road that we design and manufacture custom leads, custom hats, doors, and that kind of thing. Grassroots Bookstore. Anybody familiar with Grassroots Bookstore? Okay. Grassroots Bookstore was something that we started in 2019 in the same effort, right? Over on Roosevelt, there's two more establishments, Stardust and Sage Crystal Shop, the Acres, you all know about that, the Acres Community Creators Marketplace. So there's a number of businesses that are over on this one block, right? It's not Black Wall Street. They had hundreds of businesses, right? But in Phoenix, Arizona, we have a few areas where a number of Black-owned businesses exist, right? Where our community can come and feel safe, feel at home. They can get jobs, right? They can come and sell their own product, right? And so this whole ecosystem idea of business development, entrepreneurship, creating opportunities for other people is something that we've seen in real time, something that we're seeing play out in real life, right? So it's not an idea, it's not just theory, it's something that's actually happening, right? But it takes that belief, it takes that intentionality, and it takes that work ethic. And really it takes that ability to work together, right? That ability to work collectively as a unit in unity in order to see something, much bigger than ourselves.
I say this, all those businesses in there right now, all those businesses that he just named that are out here, all of them started in there. All of them started with somebody's idea, and they said, let me try my idea in front of people. So they got a table, they put their products out there, and they got better and better. And those businesses didn't give up, and they're still not giving up. But that's what that in there is about. It's about testing your ideas and putting it in front of people, getting the feedback from the people. Yes, sir.
You make getting this money, that's your own work.
Some of those, yeah, but they're just in general owned by people in the community that started testing their ideas here. So that's what this is about. That's what this is about. And what's beautiful is you guys have what none of us had. You guys have people that have your back and that want you to win and succeed. We had that, but we didn't have it in the way where you guys have it because you also have each other. One of the most important things about building things for the community is each other. We found each other and we bounced ideas off each other and we were able to create things. He thought about things that I didn't think about. I thought about things he didn't think about. He's strong at things that I'm not good at. I'm good at things that he's not good at. So you have to work together. As a matter of fact, your dad taught me a lot and made my brands a better business. I learned that. I learned a lot of that from your dad. So you guys have to lean on each other, have to tap in with each other, because all you guys are brilliant, but you're not all brilliant in the same way. You're good at A, you're good at B, you're good at C, you're good at D. You guys can put the whole alphabet together if you can work together, but you can't do it alone. You got to continue to work together and know that I got your back, you got my back. Let's go out into this world and build something great. Never forget each other. Never forget the people that are in this program teaching you the things that you're learning. The principles, the fundamentals. Don't forget these things because these are the things that are going to put you over the moon and make you the winners that you're going to be. So it's always about this support system that's around you, in your circle, out of your circle. And then when you guys move as a unit, everybody else doesn't have a choice but to get on board with you because the power is right here. That's important with anything that you do, whether you're a politician, a business person, or an athlete. You got it. Athletes have a team, right? Like LeBron can't win a championship by himself. He has people around him. All of you are LeBrons. So you got a whole team of LeBron. Just imagine how many championships you can win when you work together. That's the most important thing to never forget. Working together, because stronger, you can't knock somebody out with your finger, right? But you can knock somebody out with a fist. That's why you got a fist on your shirt. You guys are the fist. Don't forget how strong you are together.
And so we'll close out. We'll have time for questions if anybody else has questions, but we just continue to want to stress the point that everything that we already said, right? It's necessary that you believe in yourself. It's necessary that you work together. Utilize your resources. So now you know what? We didn't introduce ourselves, but my name is Brother Ali. That's Brother Henry, and we're here. We're here for you, right? Y'all want to pop up a table like Kyle? Kyle was here a couple months ago selling shirts. He didn't have my size, so he had to, I had to order it. he had to bring it to me. But you know what I'm saying? He was here doing his business, right? So as you come up with ideas, as you want to try things out, that's what these spaces that we create, that's what these opportunities that we create are for you. They are for you, right? We can't overstress it. Everything that we're doing, y'all are our future, right? We about to be out the way, right? We barely are moving as it is, right? We ain't gonna be here much longer. Everything that we doing is for y'all, right? So if we can do something to set y'all up, to make sure that y'all are successful, we gonna do it, right? And our only ask, our only requirement, right, is that you keep community in mind, and keep community at the forefront, right? Because if we build you up and you become a billionaire and you own Kanye and you leave and you're not circulating the money back, then you know what I'm saying, that's a brain drain. That doesn't help the collective, right? So always remember that our community is at the root, right? Our community, our people are our foundation, right? So just always remember that, right? We're gonna sow into you, we're gonna invest into you, and the return that we get is by you continuing the tradition, right? That's all I had. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, just whenever you go make a decision, think about how it affects the people around you. If I start this business, how will my family benefit from this? How will my community benefit this? Because if you only think about yourself, in the end, you're only going to have yourself. So always think about your support system, and you're guaranteed to win. Guaranteed to win. And I appreciate you guys coming here. I appreciate you guys being part of this program and your parents bringing you here to see it as this important, because it is. You guys are learning a lot of great stuff. Kudos to you for being here and sitting and listening to us, because I know he's boring. So thank y'all for listening to him. I know I'm excited. So great job. What's that?
It teaches us something that we need something.
Oh, as long as you stay away. Any questions?
Yeah. Any other questions? And give it up for OBFC for doing the program, all the hard work.
You guys are very lucky to have me. Great job.